Hey everybody, Stinger here with a special message, a special thank you to the best Italian wrestling podcast. That's right, the best Italian wrestling podcast called Pro Wrestling Culture. Specifically, thank you to Aldo Fiadoni, all right? Aldo, awesome job, man. I guess you and I met in New York in 2019. And there were some tears shed there. Man, I love that. I love that. You know what? Real men can cry, bro. Let me tell you something. Man, means a lot that you watch. Means a lot that this podcast is happening. And the pro wrestling culture appreciates Aldo Fiadoni. So be watching there. It's going to be showtime. And tune in to the podcast, Pro Wrestling Culture, because it's always showtime there from the Stinger.
Questo programma non è soggetto a infezioni. It's showtime.
Okay, welcome ladies and gentlemen in a new brand episode of Pro Wrestling Culture. My name, the real messiah, Aldo Fiadone, and here with me, the warrior of Malta, ladies and gentlemen, Gianni Valletta. Hi Gianni.
Hey Aldo, how are you doing?
Good, very good. And you?
Really good. Well, it's a bad day today here in Malta, but all in all, everything's doing well. Thank you.
Okay. Perfect. So, Gianni, this is my first question. When you started your career and who was your first inspiration for wrestling business?
Well, like many other wrestlers, I used to watch wrestling on TV. You know, we did not have wrestling on Maltese TV, but in Malta we have Italian TV. So when I was young, I used to watch WWE and WCW on Italia Uno, I think it was. It used to be like. If I remember well, it used to be on Sunday mornings, so I used to watch it, and I used to really love The Undertaker. He was my first big big inspiration for
and
this
you started during the 30th anniversary of Raw with the American Badass character.
Yes, I saw some clips this morning. Actually, it brought out my little kid back, that footage, of the Undertaker coming back with the bike and everything, because that was the Undertaker I remember, when I was growing up. So. To continue your question, I moved to England when I was 20 years old in 2010. In Malta, there was no wrestling, so to do something about it, I had to get out of the country. So it wasn't an easy thing, but many people have done it. Many people have done it in the past, and will surely do it again. So. Yeah, that was a big step, and I'm glad I did it in the end.
Yes, probably this is the process of a good wrestling career. In fact, during the years you moved in Japan for the All Japan Pro Wrestling. So, what do you say about this experience in Japan? Because right now we have another Italian talent like Francesco Akira, and right now he's a star in New Japan Pro Wrestling with the IWGP Junior Tag Team Championship. So, what do you think about your process in Japan? If one day you will come back there, will you come back there? Sorry.
Yes. Well, talking about Akira, we just spoke earlier today. Actually, we still keep in touch here and there, because we were together in All Japan. We were together for a couple of tours, and we were together as well at the All Japan dojo. And when COVID started,
Yes.
So yeah, and I'm really happy for Akira, because I saw him growing up. I saw him coming to Japan the first time, and now he's where he is. So he made us all proud, For Japan, I love it, man. It's for me, it's like my second home. I spent 2 years there with All Japan, and I loved every minute of it. And I'm really grateful to All Japan, Tajiri, and the boss at that time of All Japan, Akiyama-san, who they believed in me and gave me the opportunity to grow. But actually, I just I'm not sure if you are aware of it. I just came back from a tour in Japan. I spent 6 weeks between October and November, working for Kyushu Pro Wrestling down in Fukuoka, in the south of Japan. So that was a good experience again. A different company, a different taste of Japanese lifestyle and the Japanese wrestling, because it was a very different company from All Japan. But all in all, I'm really happy, and I hope to go back again soon. I mean, I'm sure I will go back. It's just a matter of when now,
Yeah, absolutely. And but in this very moment, who is your favorite opponent during your career in Japan?
I mean, everyone is different, and they're really good in their own way. Obviously, I always enjoy working with Tajiri, both as a tag team and as opponents, because it's always a great learning experience being in the ring with him. But I don't know. Honestly, I don't really have a favorite person. Every time I go in the ring, I always see it as a challenge to improve myself and do better. So all of my opponents are special to me.
Absolutely. In fact, every opponent is special in every country, probably, because you've wrestled many. Yeah, you've wrestled many matches also here in Italy, and I remember your match in May 2022 during the EPW return in business at the Stazione Birra, in Rome. Yes. And so, for you, what is the status of Italian wrestling right now in this very moment?
Obviously, I have some Italian wrestlers who are really good friends of mine, especially like Fabio Ferrari and Red Scorpion. They're really good friends of mine, and I think them two are staples of the Italian wrestling. Obviously, like I know there's a lot of different companies around Italy. What I would like to see more, which I honestly think it would benefit Italian wrestling, is less politics and more people, more companies working together. Because if all the companies, or most of the companies, the big companies in Italy, they work together to prioritize the wrestling in Italy, then the whole all of the promotions would benefit. Because if the whole wrestling in Italy grows, then all companies grow and all the wrestlers will grow. So it's just a win-win situation, But obviously, I understand that not everyone can see eye to eye, But if people can try to put that a bit to the side and just sit down and have a chat and just discuss with each other, I'm sure it will benefit, Because Italian wrestling has great potential. So I hope it keeps growing.
Absolutely. In fact, in particular, with the NXT Europe around the corner. Yes.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Like that could be a good opportunity, as I said, for wrestlers to grow, and
Yes.
hopefully gets that opportunity with the WWE, which
Yes.
I'm sure if not everyone, most of the wrestlers aim to go there.
For you, there is a chance to see a big step for a real boom for the Italian wrestling, like England many years ago, with the boom of the indies.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, before I started, I hear stories, that in Italy around 2006, 2007, or before that, when there was wrestling on TV in Italy, it was huge in Italy. I remember, sometimes talking with Fabio Ferrari, and he used to tell me stories and stuff how they used to sell arenas, thousands of people every show. So I'm sure it can come back. It's just as I said. I think people should work more together rather than thinking about themselves.
And about Malta, what is the state of professional wrestling there?
We're growing. I mean, like they say, it's like a wheel. I'm referring to the dojo, to the Wrestling Malta school. Some people stop training, some people keep training, and they go abroad. As for Wrestling Malta, we have good contacts with other companies around Europe, and also like in Japan. Actually, I just sent one of my students to spend a couple of months training with Kyushu Pro Wrestling, this Japanese company. So we have good connections as the dojo, as the school. As the wrestling scene in Malta, it keeps growing. We've been organizing events for 7 years, 8 years now this summer. So the thing is, Malta's a very small country. So and it's limited how much you can do. So we try to do only 3, maybe 4 big shows a year. So we try not to overdo it. We go with the philosophy that it's better if we do 3 and always sell out and keep growing than try to do more and then we have a smaller crowd. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Like Pro Wrestling Lugano. Similar.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Now let's talk about the future. What is your goal for your career?
Well, my main goal is to keep making money and keep wrestling as long as possible.
Yeah.
If
this is the deal.
Yes, of course. I mean, I don't want to criticize anyone. I don't think I'm in no place to criticize anyone. But I'm sure you watch some of my matches, and I don't do any crazy stuff. It's just because I try to think long term. I want to have a long career, and I want my body to keep going as long as possible. But my aim is, it's been my dream since I was a kid. So I want to go to WWE. That's the big dream. Get that contract. But until then, I just want to keep juggling between going to Japan, Europe, and maybe go back to Mexico. Which is an idea. So if I can keep juggling between those 3 places, hopefully until that WWE call comes around, I'll be quite happy.
I think the right words right now is I wish you the best for
thank you, brother.
for your
Appreciate
career.
it.
Absolutely,
thank you,
absolutely.
Thank you.
Gianni, thank you very much for your time, for this conversation.
Thank you for
Sincerely.
the invite. I can't believe it. It's been already 15 minutes. It passed really, really quick. I was just trying to get comfortable.
The time flies when it's good.
Exactly.
Thank you very much, Gianni. And see you later to every fan of pro wrestling culture. Bye.
Thank you. Ciao, ciao.